Greetings, everyone. How's it going? This is CJM Extra, and I am Jeff with my friend Michael.
Hey guys, how's it going?
And tonight we are going to discuss some, I guess, old school anime titles that we might have watched as kids or what I'm doing right now. The picture you see is the Night Savers from Bubblegum Crisis, apparently a very popular cyberpunk anime that came out around 1991.
Yeah, it was an old school anime, like back in the day, if I remember correctly. Like
Yes,
I thought it was fun for a while.
yes, and apparently in the future for them in 2032, which surprisingly we are like a decade out of. We're like almost
Yeah,
in the Bubblegum Crisis timeline.
yeah, yeah, exactly.
Jeez. Sheesh.
Well, we had the COVID crisis, the bubblegum.
I mean, if we ever somehow get into the cyberpunk era of our lives and by 2029 I'll accept it. Like, okay, whatever.
Yeah, and point we have cybernetics now.
Mm.
We have the technology. We can rebuild or her.
and and human life could be extended by another couple of 50, by a 50 years or whatever.
Yeah, and then that's a do it.
Mm. But yes, I am currently watching Bubblegum Crisis, and I am pretty much enjoying it. Now you're wondering why would that be? Because you're like an old head. You're like middle aged, Jeff. Why would you? Why would you have never watched Bubblegum Crisis? Well, the thing is, at the time when I was younger, I might have heard about it, but I was never
Yeah,
interested in it because it wasn't my thing. Getting into the cyberpunk thing like some anime fans got into as kids.
yeah. Like not everyone's seen everything.
Exactly.
You know, like when I was growing up, that was one of the animes I watched like a long time
Hmm.
ago, but also like Vampire D, which is not for much, it's like old school vampires, and so like sci-fi stare like this, stuff like this
Yes. And
back in the day.
yes, and apparently, I guess the word of the night is back in the day that a sci-fi channel did one anime apparently,
Yeah,
like on
it's
side,
yeah,
like late at night. Like I'm talking
yeah,
like
late
late.
night, sometimes in the morning.
Yeah.
Lucky,
Right.
like I remember the air date, the original Akira. Like pre, Johnny Up pasta.
Ah, the old dub.
Yeah.
Kaneda, that's a
No.
roll.
Yeah, screaming.
Akira is just so fucked up. I first time I did want a small engine about this because we're CJM and it's just gonna be random and this is extra, so there's no clear cut way that we can do
Yeah,
whatever we want this time. Pretty much, it's not the
yeah,
official thing what we do.
yeah. It's gonna be random.
Yeah,
Man, Akira was just like fucked up. Good manga see or
I can believe that. I first watched Akira. First time I bought it from some kind of classmate or whatever, and I watched it for the first time on VHS, and that shit was just so freaky.
yeah. Like I saw like a sci-fi that years later watched it again on Encore, which like it's like a full unedited version, not the edited version. It's like holy shit.
It's yeah. When you watch it uncut, I can only assume it's like more wild. Like, what the fuck is going on
Yeah, I
here?
mean it was wild. It was wild. More well done. It did.
And yeah, but back to the main thing. Yeah, that's pretty much why I never really watched Bubblegum Crisis when I was younger, or even as a middle schooler, high schooler, because I had different interests at the time. I might have seen this randomly, like at a Hollywood video or something, and to see
Uh-huh.
see the main character Pris just break out of her armor, kind of sexy like, but but not so
Yeah.
scandalous, to make your parents
Uh-huh.
wonder what the fuck's going on.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I remind anyone, uh, I was an only child, And also, when I got into anime, I was like 10 or 11, so my parent had to learn very quickly that just because it's a cartoon doesn't necessarily mean certain things are meant for me. So,
Yeah, I meant for kids. Because, well, yeah, anime. Some of them can be
and graphic,
risque.
intense, and risque, and they just go for it without a warning. So be careful.
There's no care world at that point.
I mentioned this in an old video of mine on my YouTube channel that I think I got traumatized by Devil Hunter Yoko in middle school for the first time when I saw a sex scene. But it wasn't a sex scene; it was an ichi scene. And a couple months
Yeah,
later, I got over it by watching it again and fast forwarding it, and realized Devil Hunter Yoko is a great series as well.
yeah,
And I got over my fear of the seeing a chick almost get, well, the thing is she almost got raped, kind of. So
man, that's horrible.
yeah, the grandma saved her, so happy day.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I got this just recently, and only because I was watching randomly on YouTube. I was watching that retro thing video on the YouTube, and I heard the song called Hurricane Love or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Bubblegum Crisis press songs, and and yeah, Konya wa Hurricane. There's a hurricane, like there's a hurricane of love or something coming down, or the I guess the most badass song by Chris's standards called what was it, March Madness or something?
Yeah, something right.
Mad Machine. That is so fucking great.
Yeah,
That kind of encompasses what what Bubblegum Crisis is. That
yeah,
song.
Max, Cyberpunk. That
Yes.
level.
Though I personally love Konya wa Hurricane because it reminded
Oh,
me of Gem because the way that he was going for it with that in that club and shit with the wig
yeah.
and how they were singing, it was total Gem vibes for me.
I mean, it's fucking but
Probably because it's like, damn, they were going for it, and
like
it's awesome.
yeah, like the gem era pop out of the aesthetic. It kind of fits with like sci-fi a little bit.
With the
Like in
holograms and the earrings, and I believe it is
yeah,
like anime. It's not anime, but it was created like by some Asian
yeah,
artist
it's
or
like
whatever.
influenced by anime
Mm.
because anime back then was like I had U.S. animation.
Yes,
You can tell.
yes. Thundercats, Silverhawks. I can imagine that had the same animation quality. Like, oh yeah, this is like
Yeah,
clearly
it's like
anime esque.
built-in stuff kind of. I mean,
Hmm.
look at anime like Castle Strong or Bubblegum Crisis. You see completely different stuff.
Hmm. So yeah, so I was watching that, and it just totally got me, and I decided just to order it on Amazon. It was like $27 or $28, which was fine. Like okay,
Yeah, that's pretty good.
because it's like all of 8 episodes, and,
Yeah, that's right. Sure.
apparently there was supposed to be 10, but due to reasons it got 8. So yeah, I'm not sure how
Yeah,
this.
we got chips in there. They got chips in.
And honestly, I'm on the last episode of the OVA, and I'm not sure how it's gonna end. But Dan told me that there was like some kind of special or movie called Bubblegum Crisis Crush that kind of wraps things up for it. I guess.
Oh yeah, there was. Yeah, I didn't see that.
I'm okay, so I'm just going by his word. I'll look it up myself and see if it's like on YouTube or something that I'll watch it.
Yeah, I'm sure it's around. So
Yeah. But so yeah, this is clearly. I mean, honestly, due to me getting the Guyver at Otakon this year, and loving the OVA completely, and just dismissing that 2005 one and everything, it really's got that feel of people in like exoskeletons, be it either biology or by robotics or whatever. It's really cool.
mm-hmm.
Chris is awesome. The characters are very well like they. It's not like a I need a deep. It's not like I need a deep character progression because I know it's like it's an older anime, so they just pretty much said these are the characters. There's really nothing deep about them, but they got like depth, so they don't need to like be like a whole like loads and loads of back episodes to declare how they are in a crisis
Yeah.
or whatever. Because even though it's an OVA, it really does just go through like a lightning. So you gotta really pay attention, and you get their, I guess, progress in the episode and see their personality shine on more on their actions, really,
Yeah.
and a glimpse of their personality to determine what they add to the group itself and shit.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a great series. I can see now why everyone loves it that much or treats it like it's like I guess in a way put it on a pedestal, or there's no negative things about it, at least from the people I've heard it from online.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Bubblegum Crisis is awesome. Even though I I'm aware of another series called 2045 or 2040, and it has more of that 2000 esque or late like mid to late 90s look
Mm-hmm.
animation to it, which I've heard about. I know the
Yeah.
song because it was on like ADV trailers in the day,
Mm-hmm.
and I guess I should probably watch that one eventually. It's on like the Funimation app if it works.
Sweet.
So I'll probably just watch it on there to see how I like it, and then if I like it, I'll probably just buy the damn thing on DVD or something.
Cool.
But yeah, Bubblegum Crisis is great, good series. Um, Also, and I think this was by ADV most likely in the day,
Mm-hmm.
and this is like early ADV. So when they had like, they probably just got like any kind of actor or actresses to voice these characters.
Yeah, and they wouldn't get anybody at that point. Because
This
it's really voice acting.
it's not
So,
the it's kind of like not the best per se.
yeah, you listen to 90s voice acting, especially like old school anime, like Dominion Tank Police, and ooh, ooh, ooh. You like the soup in terms of voice acting. Because, like, it's just like something.
The thing is, I don't want to give any of those dubber hater people any kind of ammo. But
Yeah,
if we're talking early, if they're referring to the early shit, I mean, fine, yes, yes, anyone will tell you it's not the best. This was bare boning it, as it were, in a way,
yeah,
in the
yeah.
back
It's
of the
like
day.
this thing happening in the
No one knew
for
what anime was exactly, more or less.
yeah, pretty much. There's like no doctrine, and they didn't really care about that.
Yeah, no one cared about it. They
Yeah,
just
no
thought
one
it was
knew.
just a cartoon that came out of Japan, and that's it.
Yeah, no one knew it was gonna be big.
And
Honestly.
yeah, and honestly, anime was on the ground back in the day. I mean, I believe like I'm going by some old commentaries I heard from some voice actors on Funimation, particularly from Rin, Daughters of Minasane. Good series, by the way. Go watch it.
Mm-hmm.
Only if you're old enough. It's very Yuri-esque. That I think it was like, oh god, Robert McCullum or whatever. He was talking
Yeah.
about he was like in high school when he first watched some anime, like on some VHS club or whatever. And he was just talking about how back in the day everything was just VHS back in the day, and like damn, he's like, so he's pretty much old. He's like a teenager back then, and he got into anime, and it's like wow. It was such a different time back then, and that no one knew what anime was. It's like one of those little hubs that you had to like really. It's like a niche, right? That only certain few
Yeah.
know about, and if you tell anyone else, you are fucking crazy.
Yep. Pretty much.
And as I mentioned, I got into anime somehow at 10 or 11 years old, and I had to learn the rules by myself because no one knew what anime was back then much. And I was alone, literally. So it's like, I can't really tell my hobbies to anyone because no one knows what it is.
Yep. Pretty much just you have to discover it for yourself.
And you have to, again, and not that there are rules per se, but that technically are like undisclosed rules. Like, don't tell this to like anyone else you wouldn't trust and everything, or don't tell people you're learning new words and everything because they'll ask you, where'd you hear that from? And just various other things, nuanced things that I had to teach myself about anime back in the day, and and yes, Toonami did play a factor when they got more involved with the Japan animation, like in about 1998 with Sailor Moon, Dragon Ball Z, etc., and ran with it.
Yep.
That was a big thing, and it kind of got it more in the know-how of teenagers and kids back in that time frame.
Yeah, enough push anime into consciousness. But like bring back DBZ because DBZ was syndicated and had failed.
Yes, and learning about Funimation and all there and the early bones of Funimation people.
And then once it went to and did well, that Funimation brought back. We're deciding we're gonna do it now. So, yeah, no more sub licensing the ocean again.
And Engu is crying at this moment because he loves the Canadian dubs.
Yeah, sadly, yeah, it's money's the big reason why I didn't do it as much.
Yes.
Because, it's cheaper here
Yes.
than again. Is that?
Even though we did get Inuyasha, still.
Yes. We did get Inuyasha, and we didn't get its sequel, mix of Canadian and American.
Which is nice, so it's like, okay, that's good, at least.
Like hybrid. Yeah, and well, once again, like Inuyasha was like, this like did it with and which was a good thing. Like they did it with like Ranma 1.
Ranma 1 was one of the biggest ones there, more or less in the day back in the early 90s.
Yeah.
Early mid 90s or whatever, which I got into heavily.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed the voice casting of Canada. I mean, Willow Johnson, and by season 4, Ian Cox became the new voice actor for Ranma. So he did the Ranma thing for a couple of years.
Yep.
And then, of course, you hear like other Canadian actors like Duo Maxwell and Kelly Sheridan and some other people you might hear. And also, if I remember, like if you Dan hates this one, Gundam Seed. You hear like the dude who plays Ed and Eddie or whatever as the two main protagonists of that series, Gundam Seed.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. It's like, it's Ed and Eddie in space.
Kira! Yeah, Kira!
It's just them yelling like idiots. Well, Kigali is just like, oh my god.
Did you just say Kigali?
Yeah, exactly.
I love I'm sorry. I don't care what anyone says. Kigali is my girl. She was someone I loved and got to see it.
And then you got little Bubblegum Princess there.
Oh, okay.
Well, I guess she might as well be the Bubblegum Princess.
Yeah.
Big hair, pop star.
Oh, you mean Lacus?
Yeah, like.
Kigali is Kira's twin sister. Kigali is the pink hair chick.
Yeah.
With that jumping robot ball.
Yeah, the robot ball. I'm the mascot.
The mascot of that series.
Yeah.
And honestly, I'm gonna say it. Lacus was protected by plot of that series. Nothing bad would ever happen to her. She got like moments, but I don't think she would. They wouldn't have killed her off.
No.
She's a central character in that damn series.
Yeah, she's like, I protected plot armor.
Kigali I loved because I just loved her personality and with her interactions with Kira's best friend, the purple haired dude who didn't know what the fuck he was fighting for.
Yeah, it's conflicted.
He
Just
was.
essentially certain Gundam series, like internal conflict.
Yes. And until the two characters joined forces by some particular circumstances. Like, okay.
Yeah, we had to try first because shit is getting real.
You killed my friend. You killed my friend in this crew. I hate you. Like, oh my god.
Yeah,
The drama.
oh, the, the, the female.
Yes, the Scar. Lion King 2. Or Lion King 1.5 or some shit like that.
Yeah, like that.
But yeah, Gundam Wing is forever an eternal conflict of politics and giant robots and pick whatever Gundam Wing series you love, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not the biggest. I mean, I'm not deep into Gundam Wing. I can just tell you more about Gundam Wing, AC,
Mm-hmm.
G Gundam at
Yeah,
best.
G-Gun is good for stuff.
It was good for its time. I have no bad things to say. I didn't care for Domon, but because he just treated Rain like shit. But you know,
Yeah.
by the end, it kind of got me over. So like whatever, okay.
Pretty much.
Um,
Gundam.
yeah, but I couldn't tell you about Charizard's Revenge or something, or the what was that Stardust Memory?
Oh yeah.
That was on Adult Swim for a hot minute, right?
Oh yeah, wow. I completely forgot.
Yeah, it's been that long.
It's been that long. I know. I mean, I know. It's there. I just don't remember much.
I remember it was a big ass Gundam with a giant gun, and I don't know how the fuck that thing worked in the series. I felt like everyone was trying to get to that damn Gundam, and they never did. Or they did.
I don't think they did. If they did, I forget. If it had any significance, it's like summoning the giant transformer for never happened.
And I think I remember in a trailer about some chick with long green hair, and she was on the bad guy's side. She was just laughing insanely.
Typically do.
Pretty much.
Oh, I'm brilliant. Oh no.
Yeah, something like that. So it's like, okay, I don't think I'm gonna be I don't think I'm gonna be buying Stardust Memory, but okay.
Exactly.
It's not my thing. The theme song seemed like it was cool, I guess, but
Yeah.
whatever. I mean, there were lots of anime that came on Toonami. I guess old anime that was pretty kind of popular. Ronin Warriors, for instance, was on syndication before Toonami, which
Yeah. Wow.
that's also an old anime that connects with this.
Yeah, definitely. And it's gonna be released with Blu-ray soon.
Yes, with
Here,
yes, it will be.
we're at the panel. Saw that they had to fix the syncing issues.
Hmm
That just brought a nightmare for them.
Because in the night, because when it was on TV, apparently they slowed it down just so they can fill up commercials or something.
Yeah, now it clicks why some of the animations look janky.
True. I
Now I can get it.
This is gonna be great because I could have sworn there was like a lot of bootleg copies running around of Ronin Warriors.
Oh yeah, that's true. There were like a hot minute there.
But and you can listen to it in its own dub with its like an unedited format. So I guess you'll be fine. I guess.
Yeah, and plus the original English stuff for those who just want to chill and not read subtitles.
I mean, like it's late at night. You're tired. Like, I just need to listen. I just need to listen to something on the background.
Yeah, with something else in the background, fall asleep to.
Yeah.
Way to go.
Wake up randomly at 1 or 2 a.m. and say, "What the fuck is this? What the fuck am I watching?
What day is this? Stuff.
Turn off the TV. Then you just turn off the DVD and just turn off the TV. God damn it, whatever.
Oh,
God, I actually miss those. I kind of miss those days. Like,
yeah.
I'm at, like, it's like a school night, and I somehow have a bad migraine, and I am just, like, dead to the world, and then I just go to sleep on it, and wake up randomly at night, and I'm thinking, what am I watching? What is this? And then just turn off everything. I'll find my I'll find my spot again tomorrow, whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
But yes, Bottom Warriors will be used. You can get it officially, and support it because that's important, I guess.
Uh-huh.
Um, Another older series anime I got into in middle school. I got into Blue Seed. Love that series. I haven't watched it in ages, mind you.
Uh-huh.
I got it on Blu-ray some years ago. I still haven't watched it, but I probably want to. I probably will
Yeah.
eventually. I will. I actually own it on VHS, DVD set, and now Blu-ray, so that's fine with me. Like, okay.
Uh-huh.
Slayers, another anime series that came out in the '90s, which is pretty big if you knew what you were looking for.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And this corresponds to what we were saying earlier about the dub being kind of bad, which it's not. But the first like 8 episodes, oh no, it's more.
We were rough for a couple years.
Yes, it was.
And then I switched over to Catherine Network.
Yeah, Amelia's voice actress was really not matching the tone of Amelia, and it's like
Yeah, she's like,
hard to watch.
yeah, it's just like, oh, justice. Stuff like that.
Honestly, I skipped those episodes until they got to Sayroon.
Yeah. And then they got like Kristen Freeman as a guidance, and Veronica Taylor as yeah.
And they stuck with that. It's like,
And then that's when it really was quality.
yes. And back in the end, okay, back in the day, take a shot. Dubbing
Mm-hmm.
anime was kind of a longer process compared to now.
Yeah.
So it took maybe some months to do anything. So it's like, oh, okay.
Yep.
So you would actually have to be patient.
Yeah, he had to wait.
Couple of months to a year, maybe.
Yeah, like remember the wait for new episodes in Vineyard. Took like a hot minute there.
Yes, yes, yes.
You know, like 6 months sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
To a year.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Most. Like, yeah.
And if you were lucky, the series you had came out in a bunch of VHSs that you could just buy one at a time because they
Yeah.
weren't they were expensive because they were foreign.
Yeah, they were expensive.
The lowest prices was $19.95 or whatever. The highest was
Yeah.
$29 or $35.
Yeah, it's like $30 cases.
And you're screwed if you want to get like ADV products because that shit went for $29 a pop.
Yeah,
Which sucks
it did.
because
Money.
ADV really was like getting all the like neopunk anime or other niche titles that you've never heard of. And it was a little bit more risque, I'd say, because like they sold like, for instance, Girl from Fantasia, an anime I've always wanted to watch, but sadly I was in 6th grade when I heard about it, and my mom didn't want me getting it because the girl on the case, the girl was on top of the boy on a carpet.
Uh-huh.
And she did not want me watching that. But technically speaking, it was not a hentai. It was just what it was. It wasn't. It was just small itchy shit. That's all. Typical
Uh-huh.
nonsense. So, but I never got that. I mean, I eventually watched it on YouTube randomly one day, and it's like, okay, I can see what it is. I liked it,
Uh huh.
but yeah, ADV films was like pretty much big more in the '90s, and by the 2000s, they kind of just slowed down.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that their voice acting got bad. It's just, depending on the anime you watch back after that, it's like, ooh, okay,
Uh
not the best, but not it's not the worst either. Just not for me.
huh.
So again, there are some anime I do watch strictly on sub if it's like an older anime, depending.
Uh
Project Echo for one, I can only watch it in Japanese
huh.
because I'm used to it. That was the first time I heard about it. It was in Japanese. Like, oh, okay, yeah, I got it. Zenki, if you don't know what that anime is, I can only watch it in Japanese. I did try watching it dubbed. It's it's rough.
Uh huh.
And you get like Michelle Ruff in there though, and Wendy Lee, two very good actresses. But at the time, who knows what they were doing going on back then? But it's not the best.
Uh huh.
But yeah, anyway, huh? I've been talking a lot. Michael, is there any other anime you might have watched back then that kind of stimulated your mind for anime back then? I guess.
There was across the coast of shells, like a really big one. The original movie, which obviously inspired a Tenno Complex and the other series based on manga. That was like a big one. Obviously, Slayers was huge. I'm trying to think what else old school besides Akira. Uh, Vampire Hunter, Thieves, like one of the first old school anime I watched.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, just like one like kid anime with like unicorn, like that one I
The Last
watched a little
Unicorn.
bit. Yeah,
Mm.
so a unicorn anime. It's like when I was like 3 or 4. So yeah, before I knew what an anime was, obviously 3 or 4, you don't remember. You don't really remember much,
Mm-hmm.
but but I do remember it briefly because I saw an image of it. Holy shit, I remember this as like a 5-year-old. You're watching it. I'll have to like find it, but yeah.
Hmm.
And of course there's like ADV stuff that I used to watch. Uh, there's one that I put in the Discord or on CJM that I remember a little bit, like from only one episode because I only saw one episode. But it was like an Ichi anime. It's
Enichi.
like yes, an Ichi anime
Okay.
made and it's not what Ichi was till I looked it up. So like it's just damn.
Yeah.
But all I remember from the first episode was like this female protagonist like battling these maids of guns and all I remember is Monica Corral played the young girl that this female was rescuing.
This isn't still Angel Kurumi, right?
No,
Oh, thank
this
God.
is a non-decom blitz tactics.
Blitz Tactics?
Yeah,
I don't think I've ever heard of it.
yeah, I know. I only watched the first episode. Like, damn. All I remember is maids of guns, panty shots, and lesbian innuendo.
Of course.
So I was like, damn. Okay.
How old were you? 12, 13?
I was in high school.
Oh, okay, then it's fine. Like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I thought you were talking about something called Icky Tosin for a minute.
No, no, but I do know what that is.
It's very infamous. Very fucking infamous.
Oh, yeah, if you haven't seen it, you probably heard it. But
Yeah, I've heard all. Yeah, it's not even bad. It's like trashy bad, troll
Yeah.
bad. Like, oh, okay.
Oh,
It's not. I just don't want to watch that. I feel like you got to have some class, I guess, to not watch every single anime out there.
mhm.
But yeah, interesting, interesting.
Yeah, I put in nerdy shit. But it's like an old school, like early 2000s anime that I remember a little bit because it's the first episode.
Oh, it does look
On
old
Anime
school.
Channel
Not
back
j-
in the day.
okay. Yeah. If it's 2001, might have lost some of my interest of ADV shit back then because of whatever anime they were selling at the time.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like 80 feet. It's like Carrera, Kerr Vincent Davis, Hillary Hack.
Oh, Hillary Hag. God damn it.
Yeah, she had like a brief like appearance in that episode.
Of course
Uh,
she did.
yep. Um. Yeah. But yeah, I'm still old school manga. Unfortunately, big.
You also were, I think you were a fan of those two assassin chick girls with guns.
Oh, Noir. Yes, that's another.
Noir.
Yes, that's another. Um, Shelly. Shelly Killing Black.
Yes, her.
Black
Mm-hmm.
Morale.
Mm-hmm.
Hillary Haggard. The other third female assassin. Tiffany Graham is the main villain of the series. Like that. That was actually good.
I only know the theme song. That's it.
I mean, theme song's good. Could not gonna lie. Like Noir was good for its time. It's kind of the ending's kind of like depressing because once your life an assassin, yeah, your life isn't gonna be good.
When I back in 2001, I had this magazine I always read about noir, and it just had like episode guides about what was going on, and I could have sworn they had so many breakups. Those two.
Yeah, because because the episode's like, yeah, after all this, I'm gonna kill you, and then she finds out, oh, I'm gonna kill my bear. It's like, yeah. I mean, yeah, it was something.
I can only imagine, but they came back together eventually, so it's like,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, that's a point. Skating Tiffany Grant, match strictures in the past their trial. It was one of my favorite Hillary Hack roles, not gonna lie.
Wow. Okay.
Because it's not like her squeaky, not that's picture her voice, but Hillary Hack's normal squeaky, happy voice is not this one.
Wasn't
It's
she
more,
in that Milk Chan shit?
yeah, especially like Jenna. This one's like more toned down, like quiet, kind of scary. Well, not scary, but like toned down, quiet, and stuff.
Mm.
So yeah, but she did a pretty good job with that character.
Nice. I only know Hillary Hag as Karinka from Steel Angel Kurumi.
Yes, and of course, you can't forget her role in Ghost Stories.
Oh my god, Ghost Stories. That is a treasure trove right there.
That is great.
Oh my god.
Horrific stuff.
Oh my god.
You just watch it for the amusement.
Oh, most deaf.
Yeah, because you take this bland plot and you just shake it up with these great one-liners, stuff that you can't get away with now.
Oh, you can definitely not get away with it now. Some people would have a heart attack.
Yeah, they're like, ooh,
Well,
racism.
technically, some fans found this series and they're trying to make it a thing, and it's like everyone else saying, "Shut up! It's not the case. Shut up! This was like 2004 or 5. Don't worry about it. It already happened. Don't worry about it."
It already happened. No one cares anymore.
We really don't. No one cares.
It's a thing. You love it. Just move on.
And besides, if you want to watch it in its original content, just watch it sub when it's like kind of a little bit more serious.
More serious and stuff.
What the fuck was some of the run? She's a ghost and a bitch or something.
He's a ghost and a bitch. Or let's turn someone down for you. And then the fucking run. The bunny line is so wrong.
Oh my god. It's not just because you're a rabbit, it's because you're black. It's because you're black.
Run like a black man chasing you or something like that. Oh my god.
One like a fast scary black man chasing after you. Oh my god, one more. Oh, my favorite one was it's only a meteorological condition. The Today Show said something about it. All right, calm down, White Alvoker. Oh my god.
Such a great look. Calm down, White Alvoker.
Oh my god. Oh, shit.
Chris Penn's great.
He is.
Yeah, he's great. Like I love him in those like serious roles sometimes. For he's serious. He plays off humor a little bit, like Full Metal Panic.
Sosuke Sagawa and what was it?
Kame.
It was Fumafu and Second Raid.
Second Raid.
Full Metal Panic? No, Full Metal. What was it? Full Metal Panic?
Yeah,
Full Metal Panic.
Yes.
With Lucy Christian as the blue hair chick, his girlfriend or whatever.
Yeah.
And Hilary Hag as the silver hair chick.
Hilary Hag as Sakura's like commanding officer, like the captain.
Masato, his voice actress on there.
Yes. Masato as a key. And Vivek Vikman. And some name. The wisecracking guy, I forget his name now, damn it. Yeah, but he's there, one of my favorite.
If you should ever try to get into Full Metal Panic, it's a good series, and I believe there was like a third season, but it kind of ended on a cliffhanger, and we never got no resolution.
Yeah, I think mine was also on a cliffhanger, or are we gonna see results? No, not think I did. But I remember some of it was just unintentional funny because, like, I remember like one of the episodes where Sasuke empties out all his pockets and all these weapons come out.
Oh my god, yes.
All these hoods like look like just like holy shit, this guy's packing, and he was like, where the hell did he put all that?
Yes, and
those lines and comments just like, oh my god.
And if you're wondering, Fumafu is technically canon to the main series. It's like a side story. It takes place somewhere, but don't worry about it.
Yeah, it's in the manga. It's just they removed those unintentional humorous parts for the anime just to focus on the story.
Mm-hmm.
But they brought it back up because the story is a little bit darker, but the humor is great in it.
Yes. And Fumafu is just precious. I mean, that damn little Fumafu. That's stupid. So, Bonza-kun?
Yeah,
What?
then they go, no, it's a crazy cop lady chasing them.
Oh my
Um,
god,
like,
yes.
yeah, I'm gonna get you in this like burger's like, holy shit. Maybe should never do it a bit. Oh god.
Alright, so yes, we encourage you watch Full Metal Jacket Fumafu. It's funny as fuck.
Yeah. Full bad. Or the original series, because
The original series is kind of a slow burn until you get to a certain part which really starts escalating
yeah,
what's really happening and why the fuck people want cheatery.
yeah, she's one of the. I forget what they call.
The Whispers or some shit like that. She's a Whisper.
Yeah, she's a Whisper. I believe her Hank's character brother is a Whisper.
He is, yes, he was, and I believe that she is too.
Yes.
So, and why are they whispers? Well, we don't know.
Yeah, psychic. Uh, uh, or supernatural. Whichever one.
In a army mech anime,
Yeah, Hermie Mac. Once again, connecting to that Mac just a little bit.
which kind of corresponds with the Guyver and Bubblegum Crisis.
Yeah, sure. This is Bubblegum Crisis Skyrim Mac series. Very well, not Skyrim necessarily, but sci-fi, yes.
Yes.
Robot,
Mm-hmm.
bio weapons, Mac, stuff like that. Evangelion 2 connects a little bit because bioweapons. Mac.
Yes. Yes. Along with even Cowboy Bebop, even though that's more bounty hunter ships and shit.
Yeah, sure, a little bit. There's some like connections to it. Like a lot of sci-fi stuff at the time, sort of connected. You know, like aesthetic, like Trigon, now Star.
Oh
Little bit.
yeah.
Trying to think what.
Maybe the Vision of Escaflowne, but that's more
Yeah,
fantasy-esque, dragons and magic and fate. Even though
yeah,
it's more steampunk, I guess.
yeah. And like Big O's like Mac has, like it's Big O's like if Batman decided to be Mac instead.
Okay,
Well,
the Big O had a weird transition history that it became somewhat more culturally accepted, more accepted by anime fans until when it originally aired. Because I thought it was boring until I don't know something clicked and I kind of liked it eventually.
I really liked the one episode of that final episode of first season. That's what really to me. And that's
When he got Dorothy in the Mac and she just said something about "I want to be with you, Roger,"
yeah.
or something like that.
Also, like you finding like the evil version of her, like her doppelganger.
Mm.
That was really good because like throughout that episodes like isn't our Dorothy? What's going on? And hey, another version of her, which means just more Dorothy's.
Oh, okay, interesting.
Like at one point, you know, it's just a good thing. But yeah, that's why I like the mystery of it. And then it was like canceled, and Cartoon Network gets that Cartoon Swim, I'll bring them back, and so they like part of season 2, or rough co-finance part of season 2,
Hmm.
and yeah, and we got that ending, which still confuses people to this day.
I know that when I tried to watch it, it was confusing as fuck, and I'm glad I befriended you because I know you're more understanding of it.
Yeah, like it's like a cycle of personal, like a cycle of rebirth. In a sense, like it just keeps going. I guess that's the point of the project is to negotiate a lot, continuing, more or less.
Even though they'll probably be repeating the same process until something else changes.
Yeah, pretty much. It reminds me of like a Twilight Zone episode only purposes is like this guy gets to convince someone that this is all a dream or not, but this keeps happening over and over again. Again. Like this process keeps happening, and every time like he like is executed, the day starts back over again.
Hmm.
And he's like trying to convince these people that this is, like some cycle and stuff. And he almost does, but never quite gets it. And it repeats, but like the actors change positions. Like like one day this person who might have been like the lawyer is now the judge. That type of deal.
Hmm.
And it's like just reminds me a little bit of that in a way. And that could be the case in Big O. The only difference is like Roger is pretty much the same character. Dorothy might be the same character. And the director might be a different character. No.
What? So what about Angel? She was like kind of having a crisis of faith by the
Yeah,
end
the
too.
Angel's like the director lost memories or like briefly had her memories like erased, sealed for a bit, which remembered. And I guess like her purpose or like Roger's purpose is like convince Angel let this world continue. So that might be just like a repeating cycle of Roger has to convince Angel let things keep going for life to continue.
Hmm. That's pretty deep, Michael. Even if I get it to an extent, it's like still deep.
Right.
Like, damn. All right.
Once again, it's a theory, and once again, no, like once again, it's a theory. Kind of explain it. In any theories are valid, still really weird, don't make sense, or aren't applicable. But I think it pretty much is what I interpret the theme of the show. As I know, life's a stage. This is kind of like a fiction. We're stuck in our roles. Do memories that really influence our lives? Do they shape us, or can we function without them? Kind of thing. Like,
I just recall the whole what was confusing was the tomato thing with the barcodes.
yeah, the tomato thing is more or less like distinguishing the individuals versus you know people like I'm saying like bland, boring, uh, you know, they don't stand out type deal. The barcodes like symbolizing like uh, we're all products,
Hmm.
but Roger's like special to him because he has a purpose. His purpose is to negotiate life conditions.
Wow.
So it also represents the cyclone. Well, all these Roger Smiths exist as well. And then, you're just another Roger Smith as well. So you can look
Wow.
at various ways what the demand will mean.
Well, we got 2 seasons, and it's the most. It's not. It's kind of. It's convoluted, yet not. If you think about it, but still,
Yeah.
it's not for the. How can I say this? Watched Big O, but just expect a doozy of a ride.
Yeah, it's an up and down ride. I'll say this.
But yeah, Big O came on Adult Swim, which was fun at the time. I was more of a fan of Dorothy. I loved her for some odd reason. Her sardonic humor with Roger and shit.
Yeah.
And
Oh, yeah.
and the thing is, Roger, he would. I think Roger would not. I mean, Roger, from what I understand, he would never let anything happen to Dorothy, even though she's an android or whatever.
Yeah. Does he likes her?
And the butler too. He had like a fucking machine gun.
Yeah, he didn't.
So there's that. So Roger's little family consists of a butler like Alfred and an android who kind of could be like, I don't know what her representation is. Dick Grayson.
Yes.
And of course, Angel could just be Selena Kyle, Catwoman.
That is true.
But yeah, Big O, very big in the day on Adult Swim. Anything else besides Inuyasha? Tenchi Muyo on Toonami was big, kind of. They cut that shit out there.
Yeah, and it had lots of reasons.
Very good reasons, because it's not for kids. Well, it's
Yeah,
not necessarily not
yeah,
for. It's not.
it's not. When you like unedited, you realize why they had to edit in a weird way.
This is why I was happy I got that shit on VHS before it was ever on
Yeah,
Toonami. Like, yeah, I
yeah,
see.
yeah,
I know what they
yeah,
changed. I'm good.
yeah, yeah. Ignore the digital bikinis.
Oh man, the worst. I think one of the more atrocities I really hated was the Dragon Ball Z edit when it came to like showing blood at the time, because
Oh
I
yeah,
thought uncut Dragon Ball Z was the pinnacle of awesomeness. Yes, I was a big Shonen fanboy as a teen, mind you. So
yeah.
yeah, but it was uncut blood, cutting up people. I mean, gross. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
and I always hated the fact that they edited the blood part.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's why you had to get the VHS that said uncut.
Yeah.
Never edited. If you could help it, uncut was better. Thank you, Funimation, for distinguishing it on the VHS tape that said Dragon Ball Z, and then Dragon Ball Z uncut. Bake your
Yeah.
poison.
That's right. Uncut. Original.
Oh man, just to think that Funimation was doing Dragon Ball Z back then, and it was like a big shift in dynamic, and
Mm-hmm.
it actually became more emboldened back then, and made it more one of the more popular series.
Mm-hmm.
And then again, it did bring apart the whole. It was the first incarnation of power struggling of Dragon Ball Z is the better anime out of everything, which is not the case. It's only maybe for Shonen, but it's not the best series, mind you.
Mm-hmm.
Because you also got shojo, you got other mechanics, you got other genres of anime that are just as good, if not great or awesome, just as much as Dragon Ball Z.
That's true.
We each have our love of a certain series, and we are biased to it. This is true.
Yeah.
As fans, we have to admit though, it's not all perfect, and this was during the peak of this was during the 90s, where things were different and stuff had to get like spread out a little bit in terms of episodes and what they did it and how they did it and shit,
Mm-hmm. Very true.
compared to now where things, the dynamic has shifted, and you can do whatever you want, and things have to be tempered down a little bit more. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
nothing's hand drawn anymore, sadly. I mean, that kind of kills it, kind of.
Mm-hmm. True.
But at the same time, brighter colors still, as long as they still got the feeling of the show that they're doing. Particularly Toei Animation, because they're the oldest Japanese studio in Japan.
Yeah.
It's good.
Mm-hmm.
Even Shonen is good. I personally don't care for it, but it's good. It has its merits at times, at least.
That's please.
Hmm. Any other old anime I could mention before leaving? I guess this is not necessarily an old anime, but it did come out in the 2000s, technically. Black Lagoon?
Oh, Black Woman. Yes. Old school in the sense that Canadian voices, first done by like Pioneer / Genion for Funimation got the rights I'm guessing Genion or Pioneer with Billy out.
Yes, that was a sad day for me.
Yeah, during the North American um recession where Bandai,
Killed a lot of shit.
Genion,
Killed a lot of shit.
broke up. Yeah, disappeared. By 2011, Bandai was gone. That was it.
We got
Only
bang. We got bang boom zoom. But now we got
yeah,
bang zoom, right?
yeah. We saw Man's recorded studio, but then I don't think like Bandai America, like license and like dub um anime back in the day, like they're the ones that goes to the shop.
You're right. You're right. Ghost in the Shell, Cowboy Bebop, Cardcaptor Sakura, Escaflowne,
Yeah, and
all that,
so
all those other animes you could not get under Funimation, ADV.
yeah, and that'd be like Rescue, not as a Funimation, but I believe Ghost as well. Well, most of
And yet, still,
the
some of that shit is still in limbo, though.
yeah, sadly, due to whatever reasons, Convoluted wants to
I
upload.
mean, dude, I am telling you, I have still not seen a Devil Hunter Yoko DVD or Blu-ray come out.
Yeah, I'm assuming like Discotheque might eventually rescue it.
Discotheque, well, I mean, that's the only hope I have.
No, I think it'd be up there afterwards.
Saving half of almost all the ADV products. They got Blue Seed. They had Kako Nuku Nuku.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm just waiting on Burn Up W and Burn Up and oh
yeah.
god, what else? Any
You
other
know,
ADV shit that I can't get on my hands on nowadays.
yeah, like the only way you probably get those is sadly through those backdoor websites.
Ugh.
Maybe.
And that's sketchy as fuck though.
Yeah, some of them are sketchy. Some of them are better, but still sketchy. But sad. You might see some on YouTube. Maybe.
If you can find it, it's like buried deep underneath that algorithm.
Yeah. Back in the 80s, upload anime on YouTube for
It was
copyright.
much more easy to look up anything on YouTube back then, but then again, now
Yeah,
it's like,
for
oh fuck.
copyright. Really just murdered them.
Oh yeah. Oh, here's a series. Love Hina was kind of big back then.
Uh-huh.
I still like it. I think I prefer the manga over the anime, but Naru is a dreadful person. She's just like, damn,
Yeah.
she is too dreadful for my taste.
Yeah.
Um, oh, what else? Any other old anime I'm seeing over here? I guess there was Case Closed back in Funimation that they showed on Adult Swim.
Yeah.
That
Sure
was
did.
big, kind of.
It was. Like the air, like the first like 52 episodes. Wasn't too bad. For what it was, sadly, I just can't continue it.
Because I
Um,
don't think they had enough faith in it. Maybe it wasn't selling.
it wasn't really stuff. The, the thing. So they just let the rights expire. Now we got a new dub.
With
With
Wendy
it.
Lee, Griffin Burns,
Mm-hmm.
Christina Venzrella. So,
Yeah.
all the West Coast people are involved. And
Yeah.
whatever. I think Discotheque is doing strictly the movies first.
Yeah, and movies, which is why we got Detective Loop out there versus Detective Conan.
That's coming out this fall or winter.
Yeah. I'm
That's gonna be great to
great
see on a new format.
moment because you get to hear pretty much the main cast or more familiar popular cast.
True,
Yeah,
true, true.
Jeff Carr, X Lang, Sean Rock, Doug Ergo. Yeah.
Ah, and granted, if you're a big Lupin the Third fan, I'm getting deep. I'm getting more into Detective Conan, so that's my baby, and I love it. So
Yeah, so it's even great to watch the dub version of it again.
oh, dude, we probably should just record ourselves like doing like a commentary for it.
Oh, yeah. You should. When they like CJM do like a loop up thing as well.
Yeah, we gotta get either. We gotta probably. We do need to try to get. Well, Rocky. You said she
Yeah,
likes that, right?
yeah, she likes that. She wants to
Rocky.
get her home, try some. I mean, I got a couple of episodes we can watch. So, like,
Cool.
no, I went to the stream. You know, I was record it, but I do. We can stream.
Okay, that's fine. Then we can just pretty much do like a talk about it later.
Yeah, or we
That's
can like do like talk about it later.
that's fine. But okay. But then again, Lupin the Third also, and because technically this corresponds with this conversation, Lupin the Third's an old anime which I've never heard of until like the Funimation era, briefly.
Yeah,
But from what I understand, that has a also a turbulent history of having far too many dubs due to various reasons that they're out there,
yeah.
and it's like a thing.
Due to legal reason,
Mm.
there's a lot of them, especially first anime movie. I think I like 5 or 6 dubs. Um, there's like one like in like Hong Kong, they did a dub. Um, like Germany has a dub. The UK, I believe, has a dub. There's Streamline had a dub in the 80s, and then the Pioneer one with like Duffy, Richard. It's like the current one, I
Hmm.
believe. Plus, of course, Japanese original, original. So it had like 6 audio languages, if I remember correctly,
Hmm.
and stuff for that. Lupin's been around, well, anime wise, since they had like a pilot episode in like 69, like like a short. Then the official series starts up. Well, and they've had like now, of course, part 6, which will be out next week in Japan. It's gonna be a big thing for fans.
The season 6 one.
Yeah,
Okay.
part 6, Lupin third series. And if you count like Fujiko series, so like a prequel series, I guess you can get 7. I guess there's at least 6 Lupin third series, plus like a Fujiko, which is I guess prequel or
The
prequel
girl, the
slash.
woman, the woman named Fujiko or whatever.
Yeah, yeah, it's like a prequel, like more or less, sort of to the original, but also went through the the other trilogy films. Is like completely some continuity.
Okay.
Yeah, from like the main one. It's like it's a universe more or less.
I could have sworn it was gonna be like a Jekyll, Mr. Hyde thing with that picture
Mm-hmm.
with Lupin, but I guess I could be mistaken.
I mean, Lupin play in regards to Lupin is borrowed slash taken from Maurice Lupin or Lupin series, you know, the 1900s.
Hmm.
You know,
Well.
back
Oh.
then, copyright is not a thing for Japan. But I did change, like, Sherlock when like, outside Japan had changed Sherlock Holmes' name to, like, some terrible knockoff, but we knew who it was.
Hmm.
Was so yeah, okay, we gotcha. You know who you really mean,
Mm-hmm.
Japan.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, but there's at one point there was a where Lupin name could be used in the mid 2000s, I think.
Mm-hmm.
It's a copyright. So like they use like wall variation Lupin. Um, except for like the first like UK or Hong Kong stuff, they completely haircuts all the names.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, but I think that dub is only used for like airplanes, flights. So it's very rare. I think one of the I think the Blu-ray got people liked it, or like some variation of it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But yeah, it was a thing.
Roger
And
that.
we'll probably watch the history of Mama or Secret of Mama, whichever that thing is under.
I'll leave it to you because this is more your forte than mine.
Yes, and then I think I'll show Gas some calculation because it's the only one. And it is interesting, it's a good look to start with as well.
Okay.
And it's also Miyazaki's like first theatrical film.
Interesting.
So interesting.
I think a couple more minutes and I think we can call it. Another old anime which everyone should know about, well, particularly Mike and anyone else who is older than 25, Robotech.
Yes. Pinnacle ladies. 3 anime to strung together into one 85 episode series.
Which was convoluted at best because it was like one series I strictly only remember because it was the Rick, Lisa, Minmay one, and that was it.
Rick Hunter. The one Rick is like, ah!
Robotech was it's not a fever dream, but it was fun. I remember I watched it in middle school.
It was fun. And it's just amazing that they just like decided to take 3 completely random series, put it together, and somehow they made it connect and work for some reason. It's unbelievable they did that. It's like, we need to extend this to 85 episodes or what. There's a ones. Let's just take these 3 series similar looking, put them together, boom, you got.
Roger. I mean, I think I was more in it for the who the fuck is Rick gonna go with, Minmay or Lisa?
Yeah, so.
I mean, Lisa didn't deserve. Lisa was far too better for Rick. I think she could have done better than that Bat, but whatever. But it was so dramatic. Those old Toonami promos for that series. It was so fucking like drama. Like, oh my god, everyone's dying around me. What?
Exactly.
And and to this day, I still find this completely weird. The giant people attacking Earth. They don't really realize that as humans we have sex. They hate it. They just totally baffled when we kissed. And honestly, this is the first time I heard the term "the birds and the bees." I thought I was so adult when I found out about it. I was very much a naive kid.
Yeah.
But that's beside the point. But yeah, Robotech had its ups and downs, and due to legal trouble, which was just resolved this year, I guess expect hopefully a brand new dub and keeping the series separate and making it and releasing it, and we can call it a day because people need to know what Robotech is because.
Yeah.
If you don't know, it's pretty much a great mecha series.
It's like pinnacle sci-fi.
Thank you. That's the word I need to keep. That's what I need to use. Sci-fi. If you're tired of the isekai and fantastical itchy harem shit and shonen, just go to some sci-fi. You'll be fine. Oh god. Any other old anime to discuss right now before I end it? I don't know. Anything off Toonami was fun, free game that we kind of discussed
Mhm.
about. Black Lagoon. A lot of other band. Oh, here's an anime also. Something called fuck. One sec. Not wearing my glasses. My Hime.
Oh yeah.
It's kind of old, kind of.
Yeah.
It was sold out, but it was released by Bandai.
Mhm.
Wimp girls with mysterious powers, a tournament or whatever. A lot of school life mixed with fantastical battles, and eventually leads to a final battles, which some of the girls die.
Mhm. Yeah. So.
I think that series annoyed me by the end.
Mhm.
Only particularly because they're not talking it out when some things could just be
Mhm.
talked out, and it just like like I have to go with my emotions. I'm gonna thrust myself into the fray. Ah,
Mhm.
it's actually like it's like pre-birth by sleep, as it were. That is what my Hime is. It is pre-birth by sleep Kingdom Hearts shit.
Mhm.
And I guess what also frustrated me because I think the one of the girls I like turned out to be just totally gay, which is like, oh my god, that's I lost one. Like, ah no, I lost one. Oh no. It was the cool chick with the blue wolf and shit and the blue hair. She got the fucking
Oh.
gun. I
Oh.
loved her because apparently I have a type. So finding out she was full on Yuri with this I don't know president chick with a snake puppet or something. I was like, oh my god, really?
Oh.
God, she's still hot though, so whatever. I'll take it. Like, yeah, whatever, I'll take it.
Yeah.
But it was also kind of it wasn't the most sensitive to like matters that matter now with the whole LGBTQ community.
Oh, yeah.
It was kind of it seemed like some parts of it was against it a little bit.
Yeah.
With some characters
Sadly,
like,
one of the
ooh,
old anime was kind of like that. Like, not as sensitive as it is now.
mm-hmm. So yeah, that's certain. Yeah, so that's certain things you got to be aware of, people.
Yeah. Mm.
Not the most sensitive, so just be aware and just take it with a grain of salt.
Mhm.
Okay, but I think that's pretty much it. I love Bubblegum Crisis. I will watch the final episode most likely in the morning and see how that
Mhm.
goes.
Yes.
Um, hope you enjoyed this episode. I know I haven't recorded in a minute. But yeah. I guess stay tuned for Chris's streams, I guess.
Yes, because the streams with Persona 5
Yes.
pop up randomly again.
You'll hear us on there most likely.
Yeah, more likely. Sometimes Rocky, maybe G at some point. Knows? Um,
Yeah, we gotta try to get G on there. Um,
yeah.
and if you're wondering, we do still have I guess a schedule that we do want to
Yeah.
record together, but honestly, I thought we weren't. After that one time, I thought we weren't. Now, apparently, he mentioned it. Chris mentioned this like this week. Like, oh, when are we gonna record? Like, oh,
Yeah,
Chris.
we're on I think for like week, because it would have been 2 weeks, but we were off for whatever reason. I
Honestly,
think,
I thought that we were done because the way he made it sound like he was just tired.
no, I think he just wasn't in the mood at the time we were doing that episode.
He wasn't into it. That was it.
Probably. Or maybe tired, who knows? You know, Chris says he changes his mind.
That's yeah, you're right. Always, I I always have a blind spot when it comes to his moods and everything. He's very capricious.
True. Like when he gets in something, he'll do like like streaming 8.5 hours for finishing episode 5 or the second of it.
I still think he's a fool for doing that. He needs to get rest.
That's like a minute. I was like, holy shit! I cannot believe I got home from work and still streaming.
That fool.
Uh-huh.
I swear he is such a kid.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Anyway, but
He
yeah,
was he was trying to finish
I
whatever he wanted to do that night.
I guess, but whatever. I mean, I know there's only so much time I can be on that stream. Like, no, I do need to take a break and rest.
Sure.
Anyway, just keep an eye out. We will most likely get back to well, most likely all three of us will probably get together. Hope maybe on Sunday afternoon or something, and just do a
Yeah.
recording or something.
Yeah, we'll probably do it like Sunday and just get it. Because by that point, it'll be like pretty spooky Halloween time.
Yeah, because this week is like on Friday. It's gonna be October 1st.
Yeah.
So
So, yeah.
October 3rd, we will do a recording together, and we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
Thank you if you're paying attention this far. Thank you for watching or how long you watch it for. I really don't care at this point because whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But thank you, Mike, for coming on, and
You're welcome.
and I will see you later. Take care, everyone.
Bye. Later.
Bye.